public that everyone in the world can see us, and Zoom hooks into YouTube directly. So I'm recording in YouTube, and I am recording also via Zoom.
Hi, Professor. Do you mind if I introduce myself real quick?
Real quick.
All right. Well, hi, everyone. My name is Lily Walsh. I'm your senior lead TA for your business tech class. I'm I'm the lead TA for both sections, so the previous one and this one. So I'm in charge of your assignments, grading. Anastasia is going to introduce herself a little bit later. She's in charge of specifically your section. So more like grading, like more grading stuff is for her, but I'm also like available to answer any questions on assignments, tests, anything like that. Just a little bit background on myself. I'm originally from Charlotte, North Carolina. I've lived on Long Island and also in Fort Lauderdale, so I've been all up and down the East Coast. Last summer, I interned in investment banking at Wells Fargo, and I successfully secured the job. So I'll be returning full time next year. So if you have any questions regarding the class, about investment banking, how to get yourself through the door, and other finance related careers, you could just email me, shoot me a text. I'll put my contact information in the chat. I'll be holding office hours at the business school, like in the background of where Dr. Rush is. But yeah, right
Everybody
in
know
that
this
area.
background, right, by the School of Business?
Yeah, I'll be holding office hours every Tuesday from 1:30 to 2:30. So feel free to like stop by, say hi, or if you need any questions answered, just come on by. I'll be over there. I'm looking forward for a good semester with you all, and yeah, let me know if you have any questions.
Great. Thank you, Lily. Lily needs to get going to another class, but I appreciate she'll be on the background. She helps in terms of the overall functioning of the class, and she works with our TAs as well. See you, Lily. You can take off now. So how I run the class. Number one, we come on time. Number two, we're on Zoom for most of our sessions. Our exams are in person. We'll go over the course syllabus, but our exams are in person. What I also do is not only my TAs that I have work with us have all been former students of mine. So what I do is I do my classes a lot different than other professors. I see it as a joint effort. So if you think of this in this case, Ariel, what I want to do is I don't have all the answers, and what my job is to basically nurture you and help you with getting hands-on experiences with the technology, hands-on experience with the artificial intelligence tools, and have you be as actively participating as possible. What I do in the beginning of every class is I have two people volunteer to moderate the chat. You understand, when I'm teaching, it's hard for me to look at all the notes. So what I want you to do is in the beginning is I ask for two volunteers, and the only thing I ask you to do in that part is to moderate the chat. And if there's something that you can address it. If there's something that needs to have my attention, you can stop me at the appropriate time, or I'll stop the class in the middle and ask somebody, is there anything in the chat that I need to resolve? So right now, what I'm looking for is two volunteers to moderate even the first class's chat. And this is part of your attendance, and it's also part of your class participation. So do I have two people that want to volunteer? Is there anyone volunteer to just moderate and let me know about the chat?
I will also say moderating the chat really helps your participation grade. So keep that in mind.
Okay. So do I have anyone?
I could do it.
Yeah, I can
Okay.
too.
Who said that? Okay. So Natalia, how do you pronounce your name?
Natalia,
Natalia. Okay, so Natalia is one. And where are you from, Natalia?
New Jersey,
New Jersey. And your major?
finance.
Finance. Okay, finance is really big in the class. Anyone else that wants to join? Or
Yeah, I can help out.
okay. All right. Who is that?
Lilith.
Okay, Lily. Okay. All right. So just look at the chat, and if there's something that you can respond to, fine. If not, let me know if there's something important. Okay. So number 2 is I record every class. You know, I record to the cloud using Zoom, and I live stream. Let me just go with my background here. I'm Dr. Sarah Rushanek, and I'm a professor, full professor at the University of Miami in Business Technology and Health Informatics. I have been teaching in a number of institutions around the country, and also I do research in the area of technology and how it can help businesses be more productive. I work with a number of Fortune 500 companies in consulting and tech companies, along with startups. I'm basically their mentor. I've been inducted to the Women in Tech Hall of Fame and have done keynotes, basically involved with the business community in South Florida, plus nationally and internationally. My undergraduate is from Tel Aviv University, and my graduate work is from the University of Texas at Austin. So that's about me. I have teaching assistants and training some of my students that can help other students go over, review software and look at that. And from there, for my own students, those that are really interested in the topic and really motivated, join me for paid teaching assistants. And I'll have my TA, who's your TA, introduce herself and let you know that she's done an excellent job and quite motivated and learn and keep on learning. So you want to go ahead?
Yeah, sure. Hi, everyone. My name's Anastasia. I'm currently a junior here at UM. I'm in the business school. I'm a marketing major, and AI is one of my minors. I'm interested in the casino industry, and I actually interned at a casino over the summer, where I helped out the team involve AI in their business processes. I'm available anytime to you guys. You can text me, you can email me at all hours of the day. I'll respond as soon as I can. Um, if you guys do reach out to me, like don't reach out to Lily. She has enough going on. She has so many responsibilities that go directly to me with any questions. No question is a stupid question. In the first few weeks, I think it's going to be a bit of an adjustment trying to figure out how to open Wiley, the textbook, the quizzes. So reach out with any questions. I'll help as much as I can. And I think that's it. So yeah, I'm your TA. I'm responsible for majority of your grades, your participation, your attendance, all that. My only requests are that your camera's on all the time, and as Dr. Rush said, that you have your first and last name. If your camera is off, you will not get attendance points, and like I'm not fixing your grade if you don't get attendance points. That's on you. So that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Okay. So let's, what I think about it, let's go over the syllabus, go over the testing and see if this is the type of class you want to join me. The beauty here is the first week, there's add and drop, and it's just kind of like, I think about it as a matching type of thing. It's not, I don't take it personally. If people drop and said, this is not the class for me, there'll be a lot of hands-on. Every week there are a lot of assignments. So I'm going to share my screen. And if you look at it, I'm going to minimize a couple of the things here. And the first thing you see this, Bianca, is what? What do you see here? One of the things I also do is I call on people out of the blue, and I expect you to unmic yourselves when when I ask. So what do you see here, Bianca? What does this look
I
like?
like I see us on YouTube.
Right. So this is going, right, Bianca, this is live streaming. And if I even put my thumb up, right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, what does it seem here? Is there a delay?
Yeah, there's a delay.
Notice that we even have Lily here. Lily left. So one of the things here is, why is there a delay? You have any idea?
Maybe it just like needs time to process. Like it doesn't like go that fast. I don't know.
Okay, think about it. We were on Zoom, right? You logged into Zoom, right? And from Zoom, what we're doing is Zoom then has one server that hosts us. And then it pops over to another server from whom? From YouTube. That takes time. So if somebody was just viewing our session remotely, let's say you were from where? Bianca,
From
remind me.
Maryland.
Right, from Maryland. Let's say you went home, right, for that weekend to Rockville, you could view the class, right? And you said, "Hey, Monday, I can't get it back." You could view even in YouTube, you could see it. It wouldn't even matter if you were viewing the class because it was like 30 seconds behind. But if you were trading stocks, and if you were trading those stocks in high frequency, that when you blink your eye, it really matters every second, it wouldn't be good that you were following my trades when there was like a 30-second or a minute delay. So these are the types of things that we'll talk about. Okay, and if we go then to at this type, do you see this, Bianca? Do you see my section? I have two ways to look at this. I have it, this is the view that I see. It's a lot of pages here that you're not seeing. And you see up here, do you see this where it says view as student? Do you see that, Bianca?
Yeah.
If I click on view as student, I see basically what my students see. My role is instructor and your role is there. So in this case, you can see that you have announcements, and you can see in that announcement, you see here, Anastasia has basically her email address here. She is in charge for your section. The beauty is that you have a TA that's close to you, that's been a student already, Bianca, that sometimes she can understand your issues more than closely, but you always can come to see me as well. But this way it gives you more opportunities to get it. You see that you have announcements. We'll take attendance at different times of the class period. We'll take attendance. You can see that. And under modules, this is the key here. You always look at the modules. You see in this case, I have it a little bit different since I have merged classes here, that you're in section J, that you see here, it starts at 5:05. What I suggest, if you don't have you can a class right before it, that you can log in a few minutes early. I'm always online a few minutes early as well. Let's go to the course syllabus. And if you look at the course syllabus, whenever you're going to be doing files for me, Bianca, you'll be naming them via the date, the time, and the system. And a lot of times you'll be putting your name as well. So this is a system that we use, a regimen that we use for naming our files. If I open up our files, then you'll see then that PDF is coming into focus, and notice that it says tentative. Some things will remain fixed, but some classes may be going a little bit farther. You see my name here. I go by Dr. Rush, but it's easier for people to do. Since it's mainly a remote class, the beauty here is office hours are right after. So the beauty that you can think about, Bianca, you want to speak with me, I'm recording now. As soon as I finish my lecture, Bianca, I shut off the recordings. So if you have to speak with me, you know that it's not going to be recorded. Whatever you say to me stays between us, okay? So if by chance, by accident, Bianca, you stay after class, remind me, you'll always see recording on. Even if it's not personal, I don't like to record any of my office hours, okay? But it's right after this class. That's the beauty. So you're right in there. You don't have to go anywhere. And it's also, if you can't, if there's something that you want to talk to me about, you can also just reach out to me via my email by appointment. I want to stress that it's important, especially when you send something to me or your TAs, is that not only put BTE 210, but the section number. So in this case, that it's J, that I know from which class. As we talked about before, you need to have a computer with a camera and an internet connection. We're going to be using a textbook for the terminology and for the concepts, and we'll have additional readings because guess what? Things really go quickly, right, Lily? When you think about it, this technology is so quick that even if this was written 6 months ago, there's some things that need to be updated. But you'll see that a lot of this will be on creating websites, we'll be doing recording systems. You'll be looking at Zoom in detail, being able to host meetings in Zoom, being able to do remote help in Zoom, being able to do a live stream. We'll be using AI vibe coding. We'll be looking at IT security. Ethics, I expect everybody to be following an honor code. If you don't, I have no hesitation to be referred to me and you going to see the dean and through the university, and you may even be removed from the program. But I really don't expect that from this class, but just so you know. We talked about it before, attendance and participation, volunteering, for instance, moderating chats, coming up with questions, answering questions will be part of your attendance. You'll be excused absence for documenting any serious illnesses, and you can read through this. Religious holidays. For this religious holiday, Yom Kippur there will be no class, but you'll see it in our schedule. You need to arrive on time, and repeated lateness, you kind of stroll in late, it will be detrimental to your grade. Grade band policy, one of the things is our TA constantly looks at when people are coming in, when they're leaving, and just turning off your camera. You need to have your camera on the entire time. You'll see here on grade band policy, we'll do some group work. We'll have you be AI consultants. Your group project will be, each group will be having a service being AI consultants for a certain area, like AI consultants in marketing, AI consultant in marketing for small businesses, AI in marketing for agencies, wealth managers, real estate, AI consultants for legal, AI consultants for entrepreneurs. You decide, and we'll learn the tools to do it. Late assignments, you will incur a grade penalty unless there's an excused absence. Exams will not be rescheduled. And exams, the big deal on exams is this, Lily, it's in person. So exams are in person. It's in the business school's computer lab. And there's 2 of them. Here's about behavior. You can read it on your own. If you need special accommodations, you need to send me your documentation within the first 2 weeks of the start of the class, and you will be taking the exams with me in person. Rather than going to the office, I will accommodate you. The beauty here is if you need more time, you can have more time with me. Class recordings, we talked about it, and this is the percentage. Exam 1, in person, 20%. Exam 2, another 20%. Your assignments are 20%. Remember, I talked about that group final project. This is where I'm excited about. This is where I'm going to emphasize, because guess what, Bianca, you can go away with some skills. Nobody's going to ask you when you go for a job, what was the answer to number 33, right? But what are they going to ask you, Bianca? Can you do something for me, right? So this will be the way. You can see that this is the planned class schedule. There may be some differences here, but you can see here for the first week, we go a little bit slower just because we have people coming and going, adds and drops. But we'll go over today, what are your first assignments? You can see that each one is going towards the book. September 7th, of course, is Labor Day. We go over, you can see hardware, software, data management, information security. We'll have guest speakers come in. The Chief Information Security Officer of the university will be coming in. We have a Center for Artificial Intelligence. So Anastasia, what I want is the folks in our AI group come in and tell us what is the software that they're providing for the students. What is the university doing in terms of AI? Wouldn't that be good to see what is the trends there? So I'm going to invite the AI from the university come, plus other people from, basically they can come from around the world. Isn't that wonderful? Because we're on Zoom, we don't even have to have them from Miami. And in this case, I would like you to put this in your notes. Everybody put in your calendar, October 7th. October 7th, Lily, is exam 1. It's in person. So I don't care where you are, Emily, anywhere in the world, but on October 7th, we're going to meet in the business school in a computer lab. We're going to take the exam on the computer, on the school's computer, but you'll bring your laptop as a backup. The exam is 2 parts. One part will be from the readings, like the quizzes, multiple choice. The second part will be open-ended. So Isabel, did you hear it'll be open-ended, that you'll be writing your answers? The open-ended will be not only from the readings, but from additional reasoning from class discussions. Now, the problem is, if I tell you the exam is going to be on chapter 1, TG1, TG2, 5, and 4, that is kind of limited. If I tell you, in this case, Emily, it's open-ended, all about AI, it's like overwhelming. It would be overwhelming, Emily, for me. So what I do is I give you a review session, and I also give you around 8 to 10 questions of possibilities of what will be on the open-ended. So if you prepare, Emily, I don't care how you prepare, but when you prepare, then it's more narrowed down. Do you understand that, Emily? So it's narrowed down in that aspect that you can take. But on the exam, it is closed book. You cannot use AI at all. But during your assignments, during your class, you can use AI. You can use Google search. I don't care. October, I guess, 12th, there's no class, there's the fall recess. And then we'll talk about again, artificial intelligence, web development, business analytics. And on November 16th, jot that down, put it in your calendars, exam 2. It's in person in the School of Business. The advantage is there's more integrity with the exam, and it's also an opportunity. Guess what, Dylan, is that we can meet each other, right? There's something to that too. Okay, and then notice that on that Monday, there's no class on the 27th. On the 23rd, they have all classes that meet on Monday are going to be online. We have no problem on it. We're online anyways. And November 30th, put that also in your note, is the last day of class. And that is when you're going to be presenting with your group. To me, you'll be presenting your group project. You'll be showing me your website. You'll be showing me, we'll be dealing with voice agents. Notice here, we have something called a phone voice AI agent assignment. We'll be creating, we'll get a phone number, we'll program it where it will be answering your company's name. And when somebody calls that number, you can be able to ask them who is on the team, what type of services you have, and the AI, you'll program the AI to answer the questions based on your business. If you think about that, then you'll present it for more feedback on the last day of class. And for this, we will not have a final exam, but instead it will be a final project. Based on my feedback to you, you can make adjustments, corrections, and then as the group, you'll submit your final project. And your final project, guess what? You'll also record your final project as if you were going to present it to a group of investors via Zoom. So you'll be recording it to the cloud. You'll be also live streaming it to your YouTube channel. Okay. And I'm going to stop sharing for now. Any questions about the course syllabus? And in the chat, anything that I need to deal with?
No, there's nothing in the chat.
Okay. So, Olivia, do you understand about where the exams are?
Yeah, they're in the computer room in the business building.
Right in the business school. And probably what I'd suggest you do, Olivia, is before, if you don't know exactly where it is before the exam, go over there to make sure you know you're not wandering around campus trying to find it. Okay, so they'll be physical. All right, next part. So if I share, so I have this part that I have done. And then if I go back to my modules, you'll see that these are the sections. This is the course syllabus. And then the second part is every week you always go to modules to see what's due. So you see that, Matthew, after the modules, you'll see week by week of what's due. This is the first week. So you can see under assignment 1, you'll see all the assignments, and these are the individuals to do. So if I click on assignment 1, and this is due Wednesday, and I made it a little bit longer for the first week since we had ads and drops, is that you're going to sign up for the Wiley Plus online. If you've gotten the course pack, you shouldn't be having to pay for anything. And then you'll read the first chapter that's in the digital text. you'll do the adaptive assignment, and then you'll do the quizzes. So let me go back here. Let me just do this. I'm going to leave the student view for a moment. And then under modules, I'm going to go under modules again. You'll see under sign up for Wiley, you'll see that this tells everything that I need to know. And right here tells me that I have to do the introduction. I have to do the reading. So I go to the reading. And you see here on chapter 1, reading is always the introduction to information systems. And let's see if it comes back up. And it should be, this is the textbook. And it talks about why you should study information systems. These are the users and management information systems. Here is positions of information systems. And these roles are going to be changing. Based on AI, have you ever heard, Dylan, that there may not, some jobs won't exist with the advent of AI? Have you ever heard about that?
I have, yeah.
Yeah, and all your parents are real nervous you won't get a job, right? Because AI is going to take over. And what I say is this, that is true. But Dylan, what you can rest assured with your parents, what I say is, I think those that are going to have jobs are those people that know how to work with AI. And there'll be new jobs that some jobs will be eliminated because AI can really take over. All the tedious types of work, AI can take over. And maybe there'll be new jobs in which to even keep track of all those AI agents going around. Somebody has to decide what is going to be needed to be automated. So a lot of these jobs will be down, and then you can see along the way this is about the book. The next part, assignments, when I go back to the previous, the next part where I have is, in this case, I go back to modules, and I see for week 2 is once I've done the reading, this is the reading, I go to adaptive assignment. Now, I am not viewing it as a student, Matthew. I'm viewing it as an instructor. So I'm going to show you what I see as the instructor. When you open up this assignment, Matthew, you're going to be taking that assignment. When I open it up, I get a different view. I get what they call a dashboard. This is a dashboard that tells me that one person has completed the assignment already, one person is in progress, and 20 people have signed up. So that means already that 22 people have begun. And then, just so you can see what I see, Matthew, this is because my role is in the instructor, your role as the student, you see what you need to see. I see what I need to see. Do you need to see everybody Matthew's grades?
No.
No, you need to see your grades, right? Do I need to see how everyone's doing in the class? Yes. So if I go to students here, notice I get to see each of my students, right, what they have basically done. So I get to see then all of my students here. So I get to see, I see here that they haven't started. I have Nick. Is Nick here? Is Nick here? Latham? Yes, no, you can unmic yourself. They are. This person
I
already.
don't think he's here.
Okay, this person has already completed this 100%. But what is good is that the other students have already attempted this. And what is this good in terms of the content here? If I go back to content, I can see basically how many people are struggling, who's in process. So at least I see most of it. So what I suggest by Wednesday, even tomorrow, even if this is not due until tomorrow, till next week, I'd like everybody to at least have gone into it to make sure that there's no problems to that. Okay? So you can see that of the adaptive assignment, and it's the same thing if I go back to the modules. There's a quiz. So this is going to be for, you can see already, you don't see this, but already we're starting to do week 2. And Anastasia, I don't know if Lily talked about it. What it's easier, see, when I look at these quizzes, I can't tell what section they're coming from. You see that, Anastasia? And so what
Yes,
I
yes, I
want,
do.
yeah, so what I want to do is when we assign it, to assign it to certain sections.
We talked about it and we're still, Lily, Issa, and I are trying to figure out how to do that.
Yeah, so what I suggest we do is just duplicate it, right? And this is, and let me just show you this. Let me just move this a bit and everybody can see on the background. You see here on the assignment, and when assigned to, right, that you can assign it in that way, you can assign it. You see this, everyone, or you see this, Anastasia, you can then assign it to H. You can assign it to H or to J.
Okay, yeah, I'll take a look at that.
Yeah, so what I just say, keep it simple right now. It's just for the first week, we'll keep it the same. But for the additional weeks, we can basically just duplicate it, right? And have it just like we had up here. You see this? For the Zoom links, we had 2 links, one for HI and one for J. And just make the assignment. And if we look at it, that will be done. If we can find another way, we can, but it seems like at least it's easy. So it's easy for you then, Anastasia, to see how your students are doing. Who are having struggling, you can go in and see how they're doing, right? When they're proceeding. Okay. Then on the modules, you'll see right up here. Make sure you do this under assignments, right? And this you may want to think about. I'm in the wrong. I don't know, Anastasia, if this is the right way to do it. Because you see here the additional readings, you see that there's 2 additional readings. So Isabel, you see these 2 additional readings? I have 2 additional readings that you do, but before you do the additional readings, this I'd like everybody to do by this Wednesday rather than even waiting. And that is to register for the New York Times, Wall Street Journal, and Financial Times for free. These are paywall publication, but the beauty is everyone that has a .edu email gets this as part of being in the university community. So for Wednesday, even, I'd like you to, this Wednesday even, get that, and I'm going to open it in a new tab, and let's see if these links work. Right, Anastasia, you want to make sure all these links work. And if you look here, you see here it says Financial Times digital note. New users must register using their University of Miami email address. Register users may then log in on any device. Then you have the New York Times what I want, and the Wall Street Journal. These 3 publications I want you to do. And then I want you to read these 2 new articles. One is from the Wall Street Journal. And this one, Andrew, is called How AI Models from OpenAI and Anthropic Went Rogue. Have you know what OpenAI is, Andrew?
Not really.
Okay. Have you ever used ChatGPT?
Yeah.
Okay. What company is that, do you think?
Is it OpenAI?
It's OpenAI. And another company is Anthropic, and they went rogue. And when you think about it, went rogue, Johnny, what does went rogue mean?
I'm
The
not
word rogue mean. Do you have any idea?
like crazy, like out of, yeah, I don't know.
Go for it. What do you think? It's basically, it went rogue, meaning if it went rogue, it went what? It went what? It basically went out of bounds, right?
Yeah.
So one of the things that I want to discuss, there's 2 articles I want you to discuss, to read about it, and those 2 articles can help us in our discussion, Johnny, that when everybody reads it, it can. Now, will you understand everything like you saw? You saw when Andrew said OpenAI, they're assuming like everybody knows what OpenAI is. We know it's what? ChatGPT, right? We don't know it's OpenAI. So one of the things in this class is I'm going to call on you. I'll ask if somebody knows it, but I also will, getting to know you, I will talk to you. One of the things also when we're talking here is, what did I say? Our face needs to be centered. So if we look around on the screen, you see everybody on the screen here? Everybody should see the whole class. Do you see people that are not focused? I don't have to tell you. Anastasia doesn't have to tell you. You look and you say, hey, I'm being recorded in YouTube. I'm being recorded on Zoom. I want to look proper. I want to look professional. You never know where people may be looking for jobs. I want you to be represented well. So if you see, for instance, Nina, are you basically in frame, right? You want to be in frame. You want to be sitting up properly. You don't want to be lying on your bed or something like that. Even though I feel for you, it's so easy to just fall asleep. You know, it's so easy just to serve. It's so easy to cook dinner. You know, it's getting that time. So I feel for you. So that idea to be more involved. So when I call on people, Johnny, it's obvious that if you ask me of everything that happened today, many times I would say, I don't know, I didn't read that, or I don't have the background, right? So what I said, Johnny, in the exam, you do not have access to AI, you do not have open book. But when you do my assignments, you have access to AI, you have access to open book, you can go to Google, anywhere that you need to be. In the class, when I call on you, for instance, Johnny, guess what? You can get help. Open up your phone, open up your browser and get help. We all don't do it. And then when you read to me, then we can display. And even sometimes when you read the description, sometimes you don't understand it. Then we'll go into more help. One of the things that we're going to be doing in this class is what I call an AI voice agent. What does that sound like, an AI voice agent? Lily, what does an AI voice agent sound like? An AI phone voice agent sound like to you?
Usually it's kind of robotic and very like formal and like like I guess like appeasing to the user, like
But it's what? It's basically AI that, let's do this, that can be provisioned. I have a phone number. You have a phone number, right? If I call your number or you call me, is that AI? No, that's a regular phone number. You can text me, right? On my phone, I can text you. We can FaceTime together, right? We can go on WhatsApp. Who's ever used WhatsApp here? Raise your hand. You get right? We can do WhatsApp with it. We can do it. But that's not provisions for an AI. What a voice agent is, has AI, or what we call large language models, that are provisioned for a phone number. And what answers is not a human, but an AI model. You can choose which model you want, and it can answer questions. And guess what we're going to do, Lily, is we're going to do that for our own businesses. So let's say, Lily, what was your major again?
I'm a double major in marketing and law.
Okay, so let's say you wanted to do AI consulting for whom? For law firms. And you want to help them have AI. The law is great for AI, right? You have to have humans to view it, but a lot of things, contracts, right? Writing up briefs, a lot of that you can get AI to do,
I
right?
also did like an internship in marketing, and we used a lot of Claude.
Right. And you see, and a lot of all the proliferations. So what you're going to do then is you're going to have your own phone number where people can dial, and it will say, let's say, AI marketing consultants or AI legal advisors. And then it will answer the phone. When somebody calls that number, it will answer the phone and say, hey, I'm AI advisors. And if I'm calling and I need that help, I can say who is on the team. And you'll be able to program it in this class to say, Lily, right? What's your last name? Massey? How do you pronounce it?
Massey.
Massey, right, is the CEO. And this person, and Ariel Kaplan is the chief finance officer, right? And you'll have a program, and it will be able, since it has an LLM, it'll be able to ask questions. And then when it would say, well, how much are they going to charge, right? They'll have a bit of, and I said, well, I'm a university. How much are they going to charge? And say, oh, I don't know that answer, but let me hand it over to Lily, right? And then they can hand it over to your call. Or let me make an appointment so you can see it. Now, what we're going to do is something called a vanity phone number. Have you ever heard of that, Lily? It's something like 1-800-FLOWER.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do they sell, you think, 1-800-FLOWERS?
Like flowers.
So let's say a guy was on I-95 and it's, oh my goodness, it's our anniversary. Oh my goodness, my girlfriend's birthday is today and I forgot. He could then, it would be memorable and it would tell you 1-800-FLOWERS.
Yeah.
So now let's everybody take out their phone. Everybody has a phone, I bet, right? Who doesn't have a phone? Then they're not in the class, right? Everybody take out the phone and go to the keypad. Everybody on their keypad. And what I want, Lily, is for us to do 1-800 chat GPT. So what's the number of 1-800 chat GPT? What's the, after 1-800, what's the next number, Lily?
1-800, that'll be 2.
2.
4.
What else? 4 for the H.
2.
2 for the A.
8.
8 for the T. GPT, right?
Yeah, and then GPT is 4. P is 7. And
7.
T is 8.
Okay, let's not ring it yet. But what do you think is going to be on the other end of that call, if we call it?
Probably OpenAI.
And let's ask it if it can help us with OpenAI and Anthropic when it went rogue, what happened there? So you put it on speakerphone,
Okay, just a second. GPT.
1-800-CHAT-GPT.
Hi, I'm ChatGPT, an AI assistant. Just so you know, be reviewed for safety. By continuing this call, you agree to OpenAI's terms and privacy policy. So, how can I help you today?
So ask about, we want to know about OpenAI.
Here,
and
it sounds like the
Anthropic.
call might have gotten a bit jumbled.
So ask it.
Clean it
Lily.
up, I can help you.
You ask it.
We wanted to ask about the AI going rogue, ChatGPT and Anthropic.
Got it. You're wondering about AI systems like ChatGPT or Anthropic's models going rogue. It's a legitimate concern that researchers take very seriously. While current systems are designed with safety measures, they're still tools built by people and can reflect our mistakes or biases. They don't have intentions or emotions, but their outputs can be unpredictable if they're not carefully guided. Organizations like OpenAI and Anthropic have teams dedicated to AI safety and ethics. If you're feeling uneasy about this, it might help to read their published safety reports. Those give grounded insight into how these models are managed. And if it's causing you stress, talking to a tech-savvy friend or a professional who understands AI could be helpful. Let me know if you'd like more details on any specific aspect.
Okay.
That was
So-
pretty detailed. Thank you.
So did you know about that?
Oh, that was pretty detailed.
Right, no, but so it basically is what? It's basically what it is. It's a phone AI agent that OpenAI decided to get that phone number, 1-800-CHAT-GPT, and provision it and put in their model. So what we'll go to another website and where they have phone numbers they provision, and we'll choose what model we want. And then we'll choose how do we want it to answer the phone. We'll choose to put in more information and maybe go into even our website that we'll have. We'll have a URL to know about our business. So going back to Johnny, right, is that when we're having the discussions, no one needs to say, I don't know, because when we ask the question, can you look it up? Yes. Maybe we won't be able, you'll say, this is what I understand from this, or I'm going to repeat what it says, and then we'll have a discussion about it. You got it, Johnny? And you got it, Lily? So that's how I want to do our question. So I don't want to be like, I know all the answers, right? And you sit there passive. You know, if you sit there passive, number one, Johnny, you with that pillow behind you, if I was sitting like that, I would be sleeping and you would hear me snore, right? Because it's really, or whatever. So it really is a part here that we need to be active. And every week we are going to be trying it, and maybe we won't get all the answers, and we'll be trying it. And then what will we do? If we can't figure it out, we'll ask other people in our group. And if we can't figure it out from one person in our group, we'll ask others. And then basically we'll find the answers, because that's what it is. Nobody has all the answers. And if everybody says to you, I know everything about AI, you know one of two things. Either they're lying to you or they don't know what they're talking about. It's going so quickly, but if you can grab onto it, right, it's pretty neat, right, Lily? That you won't have to do all the tedious stuff, right? And it can help you even with your own ideas to create. It's fabulous. But you'll need to be able to work with companies, say, hey, but you have to be cautious, because it can go what they call, Johnny, rogue, meaning it can go wild without any guardrails and infiltrate your system and infiltrate your bank account and take all your money, right? Or go into the Defense Department or put in, it's easy now for viruses. All you have to now, the bad guys can use AI just as well as the good guys, right? Tell me how I can steal. Tell me how I can rob. And I don't even have to leave my bedroom, right? I don't have to go with a mask and a gun and start shooting. All I have to do is put it into an account. And we need to have the proper controls. So everybody in the finance, right? They're working, they're seeing it, but they have to be crucial. You don't want to have, you're going to be a wealth manager and all your customers, they're going to have their money taken away from them. So that's how the class is going to be. Everybody understand that? But what I have to insist on, that everybody be active. If you like to be the slacker and say, that's fine. It's so pretty here at the university, right? The university looks beautiful. Miami Beach looks beautiful. There's so many places to go out and have fun and to enjoy ourselves. But in this class, I demand that when you come to class that you've done your homework, and then, Lily, you don't have all the answers. You said, this is where I got stuck. And then we'll find out ways in which to document it, that if you just say to me, it didn't work, that doesn't hack it with me. Show me where you've documented, and this is where I have the problem. And we'll learn about different ways to document. A lot of times it happens to me. I don't have control over this. I don't have control over Canvas, right? Anastasia and I were trying to do it. I'm trying to figure out how to make, it was great to say, hey, let's do merge sections, right? But on the other side, it would have been better maybe, Anastasia, to have separate sections, because now we can't differentiate as well, right? And to find the answers is not so simple. But we can try to figure out, have we gone through the process and trying to find it? And a lot of times in AI, guess what? They tell us wrong information. And the only reason we would know wrong information sometimes is because we know the topic area. But if you don't know the topic area, it sounds really authoritative. Okay? So I'm going to, at the end, I always stop early. Anastasia will take attendance. She'll share her screen and the code. And as I said before, is at the end of the class, I will stop recording. I will stay with you as long as you need to be. I will answer any questions that you have. And this is your code for attendance. Show them where it is in their attendance, quickly attendance of 4890. You'll take the attendance. You can leave if you'd like to join me for the rest of the semester. You're welcome. If this is not the class for you, that's fine too. Hopefully you'll find something else to do between 5 and 6:30. I could think of other things to do, but if you want to join me, I'm excited about it because I learn all the time too. There's so many new things happening. Okay? Anything else? Anastasia? Anything else you'd like to tell
Not
them?
anything from me.
Okay, so they got, and you can put in the chat, the 4890 in the chat, in case people didn't see it. Sometimes we take attendance in the beginning. Sometimes we take attendance at the end, different times. We'll do, there's another thing, Anastasia, is you want to talk with Lily and the TAs about the polling. I think we can do some more polling this semester to get people more involved as well. So if you can reach that out to them. Anything else? Okay, so have a great evening. I'm going to stop recording. Stay with me if you have other questions. And if it's not working, stay with you. And Anastasia will help in terms of the attendance. And I'm going to stop. Okay, so I'm going to stop recording. I'm going to stop my YouTube.